Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Hicksville Exempted Village Schools. We're here on Main Street, and on this Friday afternoon, our live stream is coming to you from the 2023 District Art Show. This is the annual event near the end of the school year, where it showcases and highlights the artistic talents of students here at Hicksville from grades kindergarten all the way up through senior year. And we're going to be walking through, showing you the artwork that is here on display. We may chat with a few people along the course of the next half hour or so. But we want to thank you for joining us here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel with our annual look, again, at the artistic talent on display here at Hicksville Schools. I am Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television. Chris Warner is here with me as well. He's operating the Steadicam rig for this live stream. Want to thank him. And we also want to thank our good friends at the Hicksville Bank, located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio, underwriting our live coverage of the 2023 District Art Show this afternoon. Remember, they are a member of the FDIC, and you can find out more about activities at the main branch and all of their other branches, their hours of operation, and all the services they have for you and your family by checking them out online at www.thb.bank. So with that, how do you want to do this, Chris? Do you want to go back to the beginning and sort of start there? We could spin around here because there's a couple of the staff members. Always embarrassed. I don't know why, too. They're such a good-looking couple, and they're always embarrassed to be on camera. My goodness. We're going to come down here, and we'll start sort of from the beginning.
We do the windows like we always do,
and we'll
do the ceramic,
yeah,
and we'll come back.
We'll sort of make our pathway through. But here, if you are coming out to the art show this afternoon, and it is from 4:30 until 7 p.m., you are at the event entrance, which is where you would come if you were coming for a basketball game or anything along those lines. You'll come in, and they've got the tables set up here. If you have a child who has art on display, you can pick up that artwork, and some of the art pieces of art are available for purchase, even for the general public too. There's a sticker that's on the artwork that you can check and see whether it's something that you can buy or whether it's been reserved by the student, whatever the case may be. But here's where you can check things out. And also, if you wanted to purchase your child's artwork or just make a donation to the art department, they're happy to help you out here. And got to keep Christopher away from this because it's crayons, and this young man, we just can't do that. Also, they have snacks available, free will donation. And it looks like $1 each. Looks like they got some donuts. They've got Rice Krispie squares, brownies, bottles of water. So you can grab yourself a quick snack too if you're stopping by after work and before you go home for supper. So that's the main entrance. And with that, let's head down Main Street. And as we go down first, we're going to show you the artwork that is on display sitting on the windows. Now, we're going to try to get it, but sometimes the artwork is hard to see simply because of the sunlight behind them. But we're going to take our time. We're going to take a slow stroll down, and you can enjoy all of the artwork that is on display here on the windows. We're also coming up to the art show directory, which if you are coming out here and you're looking for specific artwork done by your child, they have this big directory up here on the wall. It's broken down by grade levels. So if you have a child in the third grade, you can just sort of look down and see your child's name, and they'll tell you what they have on display, where it's located, and that way you can quickly find whatever it is you're looking for. And we'll head on down and we'll continue our look at the window artwork. Every now and then, Chris is going to have to sort of get close because he has to dodge tables that are set up in the middle of Main Street that has some ceramics on display. But I'll try to block for him. And again, we're very glad to have you with us here on this Friday as we are getting near the end of the school year. Just a couple more weeks of classes for the students. They head out into the summer of 2023. And this will be sort of wrapping up our week. I do want to remind you, too, that while we are here at the District Art Show, don't forget, if you haven't already done so, this is Mother's Day weekend. So that means that the Hicksville Beautification Committee is having their annual plant sale, and that is being held over at the Defiance County Fairgrounds in the municipal building. And that's going on today until about 6 p.m. and also tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. until about 1 in the afternoon. And there's also the open house coming up at the Hicksville Fire Department. That'll be on Saturday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. with all of the fire vehicles out and on display. And Lupita's is going to be there with their food truck, and they'll be doing tacos for a free will offering. Come out here to the main area. Well, let's go down, and are we going to go all the way down and finish all of the window artwork first and then work our way back? Okay. Sort of like Christopher's doing all the walking here with the camera, so I'll sort of let him pick out the route that he wants to take. As again, we're going to do our best to be able to show you some of the artwork here in the windowsills, but again, it's sometimes not the easiest thing to do, depending on the brightness of the sky behind us. But are some very interesting pieces of art. And we'll do a bit of a dash here as we sort of come to a lull between the windows. And you see a lot of different styles and types of artwork that have been done here. Some paintings, some wood blocking, some watercolors. And as you see, that's not the only type of art that is involved with the District Art Show or here at Hicksville Schools. You'll see charcoal sketches, pencil drawings, again, etchings, paintings, and also ceramics, photography, any number of things. Pretty good sketch of Mr. Davis.
We also got a photo piece.
Spider-Man. Copyright Disney and Marvel. Move on down here. And you can see, as I said, there's photography here, collages, all different kinds of artwork. Just some really, really neat stuff where there's artwork where the kids have actually like carved blocks and then they ink them and sort of print onto paper. We'll get down to the last couple of sections of windows here. Kind of an axolotl there. So that takes us down the one side, and that's the entire length of Main Street covered in artwork. And we'll work our way back now towards the Commons area, and we'll show you some of the ceramics that are on display here on the tables. Various styles, too, of pots, pans, vases, cups.
Drink dishes, coil pots, darted mugs this year. So we did darted mugs, coil pots, drape dishes, pinch pots, and a lot of different other projects.
If you saw the thumbnail, that was Chris's drape dish. And this is a coil pot, by the way, because you make a coil. And your coil pot didn't materialize the way you'd envisioned it, right?
No, it did not actually, but that's what happens with ceramics. You get some good pieces, you
Yep.
get some good bad pieces.
Because some of these are really, really interesting and really cool to look at.
Different glazing techniques as well throughout the pieces.
Working our way down. Very large coil pot here. Some tile coasters, just so now we'll move up to the commons area, where again there's a huge amount of artwork on display, and we'll just start working our way around. Now you'll notice too that there are some gaps because again, as the youngsters come by with their folks, they are able to retrieve their artwork. So we try to get here as early as possible to show you as much of the artwork as we can. But we usually get beat by a few people, so there are some people that have been here ahead of us who've taken artwork done by their kid. And that will explain, like I said, the occasional gaps that you will see. But we are going to be able to show you the vast majority. You can see the very large squares, the quilt type of artwork that has been done. Work our way down here. Kind nicely ask the school board members to get out of our way. Good to see Mrs. Carrier here. The end, we'll spin around and head to the tables now. Mr. Gagan is standing watching us. We haven't pounced on him yet, but we'll see if we can get some words with him coming up here shortly. But we'll show you some artwork here first. Some interesting photo collages here. My daughter would like some of these. She's a Jimmy Buffett fan, the ones that got the parrot heads. I could appeal to her. Come back around, take another lap. Far side of the tables now. As you can see, artwork for like feathers, American flags, more of the photo collages. And again, Christopher and I want to thank you all very much for joining us. And again, we hope you are enjoying our live stream coverage of the 2023 District Art Show here at Hicksville Schools. Our coverage being underwritten by the Hicksville Bank in downtown Hicksville, member FDIC. Find out more about their services for you and your family, their branches, and more at www.thb.bank. The Hicksville Bank, our silver level underwriting supporter, again bringing you this District Art live stream this afternoon. I want to thank them so very much. What a difference a week makes, too. Last week, on Friday and Saturday, the Commons was decked out. It was city lights. It was prom 2023. And this weekend, it's the District Art Show. And I think starting next week, we're going to have awards ceremonies going on here in the Commons. I think beginning next week on Wednesday, with Senior Awards Night here at Hicksville Schools.
It's also going to need to be redone for the choir and band concerts coming up.
That is true. We should make mention, too, as we're talking about things, it's going to be a music marathon night next week on Monday, starting at 6 o'clock with the 5th and 6th grade band and choirs, and then they'll be followed by the 7th through 12th grade band and choirs performances. The good news is that the village council meeting will still be going on Monday the 15th at 6 p.m., but the school board meeting has been moved back 1 week. So the school board meeting will now be held on Monday, May the 22nd. So that cuts things down to a manageable level. Christopher and I were sitting there trying to figure out how we were going to cover everything, but thank goodness the school board stepped in and switched and moved their meeting back by a week to make it a lot easier for us. So head over and we'll do the next line of tables here, or the back wall. And again, since I was talking about the school board meeting being moved to the 22nd, again, a reminder that the 22nd is also going to be an in-service day, and there will be no school for students on Monday, May the 22nd. So we've been sharing that information, but I thought I'd throw it out there one more time just in case. And, of course, we will be carrying the school board meeting live on the Hicksville Community Television Facebook page. A bunch of Christmas trees here. And some geometric designs and ladybugs and seahorses. Continue along as we have cardinal couples here. And many variations on the Aces name. Using the red, white, gray, and black. Some interesting geometric. I think these are construction paper cut out like collages. Oh, excuse us, we're sorry. Crowd is starting to pick up a little bit as people are getting off work and heading into the Mother's Day weekend. And again, let us be amongst the first to all of you moms out there, and grandmas and moms-to-be. And I want to wish you all a very, very happy Mother's Day coming up on this Sunday. Again, we'll go through the aces, the candy canes, the cardinals. Another youngster getting their artwork to take home with them. Hats off to the many, many volunteers here at the schools that have spent the last, most of this week, as a matter of fact. They volunteered their time to come in, and the artwork that we've just seen does not get into the frames all by itself. There are a lot of people that help out and frame the artwork. Now we're going to be seeing some of the clay and ceramics. These are assorted octopus or octopi. And we've got some turtles over here, it looks like. And also some castle towers. Come over here to various animals. Looks like a Dimetrodon. And I think it's a duck riding on the back of a hippopotamus. Perhaps these are fantasy animals, I'm not sure. A little bit of everything out here on the table. And one last table to go, yep.
Oh, and this one too, so we have 2 more tables.
Yeah, all right. Want to make sure we get as much as possible in for you. Again, these are various creatures. So we got an alien face hugger, the beast from 20,000 Fathoms, it looks like. Is this the Brian mascot? No, they're Golden Bears. It's the Brian colors, so I'm going to hear from that in the comments. And we'll head over and check out some more octopi. Sort of move around, and then we'll see if we can speak to the elementary art teacher here, Mr. Gagan.
How are you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very good.
Now, this has been another great year for you. I mean, all throughout the school year, I kept seeing things where art students were involved, stuff in the community, at local businesses, competitions. They were designing ads and posters. I mean, so I know it's kind of hard to do, but sum up the 2022-2023 school year.
This is probably the biggest year yet. We kind of went above and beyond what we've done. The community art gallery that you've mentioned, we've been doing that for about 10 years now. Mm-hmm. But this year we had 12 businesses now. We had Amanda Lee Coffee and the Rooted Shop joined in this year, so we had 2 extra places to expand and show even more artwork for our students. And that's both Mr. Stevenson and my students as well, that we get to display a couple per business. So that's kind of an ongoing mini art show throughout the year. And then, the Crescent News puts on the design and ad every year, and so we actually just finished that up. Judging should be finishing up with that soon.
Yeah, last year, Hicksville did really, really well.
Yeah, and so I haven't heard quite yet, but it should be pretty soon that I'll find out if we have any top 10 winners for my 5th or 6th graders for that. The biggest thing, though, is we had visiting artist Claire Smith. who worked on our incredible mural with our 5 through 12 students, and that's been over the last couple months now. She's been coming up from Columbus.
That's an Ohio art. The state of Ohio has an entity known as the Ohio Arts Council,
That's correct.
which exists to promote art, and that can be like not only art, like traditional art, but I mean theater,
Yep.
I mean, the whole gamut of artistic expression. And they have programs, visiting artists, and various grants and programs. And the school here was able to get a visiting artist this year.
Yeah. So Jane Myers here, she did an amazing job of helping Mr. Stevenson and I do that grant at the end of last school year, and then we received that grant, and so then we had a list of people that we had to look through, and we kind of narrowed down. And when we talked to Claire, it was just like, wow, she's got the perfect fit. She's got the vision for what we want. She's a printmaker mostly by trade, and Mr. Stevenson and I both love printmaking in our classrooms, and her mural work as well. We've always wanted to do some kind of really big mural work with collaboration, and so it just, everything kind of fell into place, and she was the perfect fit for us. And for her to make a trip every week from Columbus for a couple of days a week was amazing, and the work she did, and she even got to work with Mr. Farrell's class too, and make a mural, the other murals for his barn that's going to go up outside his barn too.
Awesome.
So, yeah, inspired by the barn quilt trails throughout Ohio. We don't have a barn quilt trail here in Defiance County, as far as I know, but maybe this is the start of it. So.
Well, you never know. Yeah, like I said, and because we were looking at them earlier, and we made sure that we featured them because I mean they are really cool designs, and again that. I guess a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the artwork that you see when you come here, if you ever come here to visit Hicksville schools, is student generated. I mean, you've got it's always astounding every year the level of talent that is on display here sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have about 500 students that come through my classroom, every week, and that's both my K through 4, which rotates through, every 4 days, and then my middle schoolers who are 5th and 6th graders. I get to have them every day for a semester, and so now that I have those semester classes, like the older kids, I get to really have more attention to the clay projects and the printmaking projects and even graphic design and things like that. And it just it really pushes them beyond their levels, so that when they go on to Mr. Stevenson too, they've already got a great foundation, hopefully with me, and I hopefully kind of instill a little bit of that love of art that they want to continue it. And so we try to do a wide variety of work though too that we can.
Yeah. And it's one of the neat things about Hicksville schools too is that I mean the kids at the elementary level, maybe not every day, but they are getting art instruction and they're getting to create and sort of unleash their inner creativity once or twice a week.
Yeah, throughout the school year. I mean, for them, it's they've got art every week, and that's very valuable time that I have with them, and it's up for me to figure out what is the artwork going to be inspired by? Is it going to be inspired by a famous artist? Is it going to be inspired by a particular artwork? I'm a big fan of Charlie Harper, who is an Ohio-based artist, and I love doing inspiring artwork by him with my students because he's a realistic minimalist who does simple shapes and colors and great for translating to elementary projects. But then this year I did some ACES themed projects and try to really make the kids connect to what they're doing in the class.
What was the biggest hit with the kids this year?
Man, that's a tough question. I mean, clay's always the biggest hit, and I think we had some great clay projects this year. I'm just trying to look around the room and really narrow it down. It's really hard to put my finger on one. I mean, every grade level probably has their favorite, but for me, I try to do something different every year with the kids so it doesn't get repetitive to me, but it gets new and fresh for them, and and just keep making new things so that every year when we have this beautiful art show, that it's not the same thing every year for families to see, because kids have siblings and could have siblings all the way up through high school, and I want the families to be able to come and see that we're doing something new and fresh every year, and we set our art program to the same high expectations that we do everything else here in Hicksville.
Yeah. Now, you talk to the kids about over the summer, about staying creative, things along those lines, and have you already started thinking about, is there anything brewing for next school year?
Yeah, there's always things, whether it's I visit a museum or I see something at an art gallery that I take notes. I also have friends from art teachers that are in other school districts, or even just Mr. Stevens and I talking back and forth. But I've always got, something in the back of my mind. And I often create things that I don't end up having time to teach throughout the year, because things just really sometimes take a mind of their own with the kids, and it becomes something totally new and expands. But there's a few projects with my middle schoolers this year that I've had in my back pocket actually for the last year or two that I finally took out this year and taught them. And so, it's fun to kind of keep my repertoire, keep growing, and keep things, again, fresh, where I'm not repeating the same thing every year, because it makes teaching more fun, and it makes the kids learning more fun too.
Well, terrific. And again, just great here today. It's a lot of fun, people coming in and seeing. And again, it's always really neat just to see the level of creativity that you have. And people have never come out and checked it out before. You really should stop by, because it can be really surprising, some of the things you'll see.
Yeah, I'm very appreciative of all the community support here every year. I mean, it's great to see so many families walking around and enjoying all the artwork. And every year we have a great turnout, and I'm just appreciative that we can do something like this for our kids that put in so much work and creativity into it. And now everybody can celebrate it as we reach towards the end of the year. So,
Yep. And I'll tell you right now, I still have I'm still in the frame from my daughter when she was a student here as well. So they really do hang on. So again, Mr. Gagan, thanks so much.
Thank you for
Terrific
coming
job
and being
again
with us.
this year. And thanks for taking some time out to chat with us. We'll let you go now so you can continue helping out. Again, Mr. Gagan, he is the elementary art teacher up through the 6th grade. I want to thank him so very much. I don't know if we'll be able to catch Mr. Stevenson. There he is. I don't know if he'll be willing to talk to us or not. You can see what's going on at the high school level. That is, I hate to interrupt people when they're talking with other people, so we can wait until you're done talking, and then we'll jump in. All right. They'll clear out of the way. Joey Stevenson here with us. Good to see you again, too. Yes, another successful year. And I'll ask you the same thing I asked Mr. Gagan, which is to start off with, just as hard as it might be, in a nutshell, just sum up what all the art kids have been doing 2022-2023 school year.
Yes, absolutely. Well, just like the previous years, our kind of main offerings are the digital photography and design, the ceramics courses, and then the art courses. And so just kind of a little bit of work in all of those categories.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have a few special things on display this year as well.
Yeah. We already heard about right behind us. We have these wonderful. They look like quilts. They're not actually fabric quilts.
Correct.
But this was the artist in residence that we were able to have come up from Columbus and through the Ohio Arts Council this year.
That's right. Yes, that was in my 10 years, and I think in Mr. Gagan's 11 years, we've never had an opportunity like this yet.
I was wondering, especially with the older kids, what's it like for them to actually be able to interact with someone who actually makes a living doing creative artwork?
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity for the students and myself to learn from a professional, an artist and printmaker. And so we all learned a lot, and we've done printmaking before. We've done that, both Mr. Gagan and myself enjoy printmaking, but she taught us to work with it in new ways, which was really neat. That was cool.
Awesome. Yeah. And again, we have the outside, the community art galleries that are featured in a number. And Mr. Gagan was saying you actually picked up a couple new businesses this year.
Yes, we did. So I think in any given month, math is difficult. I want to say we are doing something like 48 artworks a month, if my math serves me well.
Yeah. Still, I mean,
And that's quite a few K-12 that quite a few students that we get to represent most months out of the school year.
And
so
I think it's really kind of too, because it does. It's not like a static thing that's the same all year. It rotates out, and so every time you go to one of these various businesses, you get a chance to experience something new and the creativity of the kids here at the school.
Absolutely, and it's a wonderful opportunity that the businesses provide for us to promote the kids and to promote our art program and to celebrate art. So yeah,
and next year is the 25th anniversary of the first ever program being aired on Hicksville Community Television.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm going to hopefully be talking with you and perhaps even Mr. Gagan at the start of the next school year, because over the summer we're going to try to figure out, but we'd like to do a contest where we could have a 25th anniversary logo made up that we could utilize and maybe even get some shirts made up or some T-shirt, something along those lines. We're not sure exactly what all we're doing. Part of our summer plans for HIX-TV is to figure out what we want to do.
Yeah.
We are actually celebrating 125th anniversary this year, this is the 25th anniversary year for when the cable committee was formed and actually started doing the groundwork. But the station actually going on air will be, that 25th anniversary is next year. So I guess we had a 2-year 25th anniversary.
cool.
It's kind of weird, but anyway, you mentioned again you do digital photography, ceramics. Now in years past, ceramics have been really, really popular, but I can see digital photography maybe starting to gain some interest too, as more and more kids are interested in doing things like TikTok, things along those lines, and the SLR cameras, whatever, can do video as and the small camcorders. So I could see perhaps interest in that creeping up.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for growth, as you might imagine, for technology to be incorporated into art, and probably digital photography and design is, of all my classes, one of the most appropriate places for that. But first of all, congratulations on the 25th anniversary, and I think the logo, some sort of logo contest would be very, very fun.
Well, good.
And over the years, we've only gotten kind of more and more tools to participate in something like that. So that sounds like a lot of fun, and I know our kids would do a great job.
Well, that would be awesome, cool. And like I said, with the digital photography, but at the same time, I mean, as people walk around here, there are oil paintings and watercolors, there are charcoal, and so I mean, I guess maybe the more traditional type of artwork is also something that the students can learn and experience here.
That is absolutely right. Yeah, there's still a good emphasis on the traditional arts, whether that's ceramics or painting, drawing, printmaking. So you get a little taste of both.
Yeah, like I said, so you just walk around. I mean, there are collages, there are prints. I mean, just all kinds of really, really interesting, neat ways for the kids to express themselves. And like I said, in every year, some of the sketches, some of the photography. I mean, it's almost museum. I mean, some of these are really, really good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a treat to see what the kids do. It really is. And I'm glad we have such a nice night to be able to showcase it all as well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. We've been doing this for a number of years, and every year I'm not, not a lot, but usually there's 2 or 3 that you just sort of go, wow, that is holy smoke. I mean, amazing talent sometimes. Now, getting ready for the summer, of course, I know you always try to do something to encourage the kids to be creative and do something over the summer to come back in, or you have some that you will not be coming back. They'll be graduating, and some of them pursuing perhaps, I mean, we have people that go on to be photojournalists from Hicksville, and
that's right.
And who knows, graphic design, graphic artists, and so forth. So that's always got to be a good feeling too. If somebody does come back and say, hey, yeah, you remember, I do that for a living now. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
That's right. I can think of one student in particular that has gone on to work with a number of different NFL teams in the.
I know exactly who you're
might
talking
know who
about.
I'm talking about. And then just even students that are graduating this year that hope to pursue an artistic career, and that's really exciting. And so yeah.
Yeah, and so with that, with the next school year still a ways away, have you been thinking about 2023-24? Would you like to maybe look into getting maybe another artist in residence to be able to come back out? I mean, do you have anything that's maybe in the works? And I'm not asking you to reveal anything, because if Joey says we're thinking about doing something and they aren't able to do it, don't blame him or me. We're just talking about maybes.
I mean, right along those lines, I mean, we look to the mural as this kind of thing that makes this year special, and that makes this year's art show special, and it makes me start. Just today, I'm thinking, okay, what can we do next year that's going to make next year special? So nothing really in terms of anything quite concrete and official yet, but that's the goal. Yeah. And certainly there's always thoughts for next year, how to improve, even if slightly.
Well, yeah, and like I said, and you keep expanding and growing in the community. Yeah. You have, you have terrific community support.
That's right.
People love to see and as I even mentioned with Mr. Gagan too, if you come to visit Hicksville schools, a lot of the artwork that you see on display is student generated. I mean, in people's offices or in the superintendent's office or whatever. So I mean, it's It's a pretty awesome thing, and it's been a real pleasure again this year. Again, a terrific job. They're here till 6 o'clock, so if you want to
excellent.
stop by and come out and check out the great artwork, they'd love to have you out here.
That's right.
Joey, thanks again.
Thank
We'll be
you.
in touch, and I'm
Thank you
looking
so
forward to maybe wearing some artwork. You know,
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, that sounds good. Again, Joey Stevenson, he is the upper grade junior high and the high school art teacher. Want to thank him so very much for joining us. And with that, we just have a few more tables of ceramics to look at, and we'll be able to sort of wrap up our look for you. And we want to thank you for joining us here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel, and hope you are enjoying the live coverage. Christopher getting all excited. He's thinking digital photography, doing TikToks. Tomorrow, next year's his senior year. I can see all the wheels turning in his head already.
I did not sign up for that class, actually.
Bet you're wishing you were now.
I had some couple other classes I signed up for.
That's all right. So here we go, and this is going to be neat because the last piece of art we're going to show here is going to be Christopher's, because his is on what will be the very first table. But as you can see, we've got a lot more ceramics here on display. Nice coffee mugs. This is the stuff that they dig up in Roman ruins, and it's priceless. So who knows? A few thousand years from now. Work our way around. I like this square bottle here in the middle. It's the triangular shape with all the colored triangles. That looks pretty cool. Abigail Gatchell, the artist of that. Spin around here. And we'll spin around here. And we will finish the last piece of art from Christopher Warner. There it is, his drape dish. Pink tag, what does that mean?
No idea, to be honest. That means I get to take it.
Okay, I was going to say, I was looking to see if there was one of the keys. All right, so with that, back out here towards the main entrance, as you can see people lining up with their kids' artwork. And should be proud of it. That's going to be on display in your house so long. You get out of college, you'll be coming home, and your mom will be like, look, 20 years from now. All right, here we go. We'll break free a little bit here and come around. And we'll wrap up this live broadcast here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. Hey, again, want to thank so very much the Hicksville Bank, right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, with branches all around Northwest Ohio, Edgerton, Auburn. You can find out more. They're a member FDIC, and you can find out about their hours, the branches' hours, the many banking services they have that they can provide for you and your family. Check them out online at www.thb.bank. Again, that is the Hicksville Bank, member FDIC, a silver level underwriting supporter of Hicksville Community Television. We want to thank them so very much. And we want to thank all of you, too, for joining us. We hope that you have enjoyed this live look at the 2023 District Art Show here at Hicksville Exempted Village Schools. Tremendous artwork and a wide variety of it, and a lot of great talent on display from the kids in kindergarten through 12th grade. I want to thank Mr. Gagan, Mr. Stevenson for joining us and talking with us about the art programs here at Hicksville Schools. And I want to thank Chris Warner for giving up a little time on his Friday afternoon to operate the Steadicam rig and the fly cam. He's got the vest and he's got the robotic arm and everything. Want to thank him for doing the camera work and overseeing the live stream this afternoon. So with that, we want to thank everybody once again for joining us. Have a terrific rest of your Friday, a safe and happy Mother's Day weekend, and we'll be talking to you again real soon. I'm Bill Murphy from HIX-TV.